Yo, what is up guys, Cocojobro here, and welcome back to another DVD video. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. I post a lot of killer videos, I have a lot of knowledge in the game, and I want to share this with you guys because Vecna is an absolute beast. This dude is awesome. So what we're going to be going through here is I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the powers that the killer has. Vecna has 4 different powers that actually got buffed in the recent update. I also want to go over the different add-ons and the perks because I want to explain how these perks can really help you, whether you're a beginner, someone who's new to killer, which DLCs to get, because I don't know what DLCs you may have access to, what killers or survivors you are able to purchase, but let me just say, man, you're really going to like these builds that I have to show. And then also too, I want to give you guys some advanced builds, so maybe you guys have been playing killer for a while and you want something really spicy. If you guys want a sneak peek, you could just pop over to my YouTube channel, go through my videos, and you'll see some of the builds that I love to use. But also too, I just want to give you guys a lot of just knowledge on how to utilize all of his powers and be able to dominate in your games. So first of all, we're going to go through his power. So Vecna has 4 different spells. This is a really aggressive, multi-layered killer that has a lot of oppression. And if you use your spells strategically and right, then you're definitely going to have a really good time. You kind of get this dungeon master vibe when you play Vecna. So let's just jump right into it. So we got the Mage Hand. So the Mage Hand, if you don't know what it does, it actually lifts up a pallet if it's been thrown down by a survivor, and it also blocks the pallet for 4 seconds when you are chasing around a loop. So you can either block them, prevent them, kind of like a blood favor, hex blood favor. You can block that pallet from being thrown on you, or you can just lift it back up if they throw it right in front of you. So how you want to use this power is you want to use it when you're right behind the survivor. You might not be able to get that hit, right? But you can lift it up. You also have the opportunity when you use the power, you charge it up, right? Survivors can see this purple aura around it. So you can even mind game and pretend like you're going to block the pallet, or you can just, hold it and then let go and then get the hit once you're on the other side of the loop. So make sure to time it right. You do need to figure out when the right timing is. I feel like it's right when you're right behind them and they think they're gonna get it. Hold that up and use your power, or just hold it up and make that purple glow on it happen and maybe fake it out for them. So the second one you have is Flight of the Damned. This is kind of like your Huntress shot, your Artist shot, your Death Slinger, your range shot, if you will. So this summons 5 skeletons that pop up. The survivors can see the aura and they go into flight. They can dodge this by crouching. What this is a really good zoning technique. You can block off the path of survivors. You can halt them in their path, making them stop to duck. And that will literally guarantee you a good hit. There's a ton of videos that I have where I'm using this power, not only just to try to get a hit, but maybe just to zone them out and to stall them, pump the brakes so they're not getting distance on me, where I'm closing the distance and I'm able to still get a guaranteed melee attack on them. So this is a really good power. If you use it in the right areas, maybe if you use it even on certain maps, like RPD Station, you have those elevated levels, the stairs that are just up and down in the lobby, you can get some really cheeky hits. The next one is the Dispelling Sphere. So this is a orb that travels through the map and it allows you to locate survivors. They'll get a heartbeat, a killer instinct, or it allows you to stop their powers. So they have different magical items. There's items that reveal your aura when you're in flight. It reveals the auras of your skeletons when you shoot them. It reveals your orb when you shoot it. And it also gives the survivors haste when you use the Mage Hand, so they can combat you too as well. This whole like back and forth, I love just the in-depth that they put into this chapter. It's really, really cool. And then the last one is Fly. So Fly is kind of like your Billy charge, your Nurse Flight in a way. It gives you 4 seconds of being able to fly across the map. You can go over pallets and you can go over vaults. So this is a really good, just once you hook someone, trigger flight and get into the next area with your aura reading to know where to go next. Or if you know if a gen's getting worked on, you go over there next. Okay, so we went over the magical items. If you look right below where it says special items, magic items, that's the one that the survivors can get when they open chests. You also have a chance for the survivors to roll a dice where they roll a 1. So when they're searching their chest, they will roll a number of 1 through 20. And if it's a 1, a mimic will spawn and it'll eat them, making them scream.
I will not be denied.
Making them scream. Sure, Vecna, we hear you. Making them scream so you'll be able to know where to go next. Now, there's 2 special items that the survivors can get that can combat you, but it also helps you to get a special Mori. So there's the Vecna hand and the Vecna eye. The Vecna hand, what that does is if a survivor is healthy, they can jump into a locker and then that teleports them across the map. This is like extremely powerful for the survivors just to get away from you, and they're literally just long gone. You will never find them until later. You'll see where their heartbeat is and it'll reveal where they're at. Then you also have the Vecna eye. So this is when a survivor is in a locker, they can fast exit from the locker and they become invisible and they get haste. So this is really, really strong, and it just allows them to just get away. It's really, really cool. When they pop out of the locker, just make sure to smack them because they're still there and you'll be able to get that hit. So when you down that survivor, instead of hooking them on their 3rd hook, you'll be able to do a special Mori and reclaim that item, which is absolutely awesome. So those are the powers. That's what you want to do. You want to keep spamming all these powers. Every power has a 38-second cooldown, so just keep using your powers. That is what makes Vecna super strong. Okay. So let's go over his perks. His perks, I would say, are kind of lackluster, but if you are new to this and you are new to Killer and you just have these perks, I'm going to give you an overview of these perks and then also maybe some combos that you want to do or other DLCs that you want to get, and maybe 2 of the DLCs might surprise you, or you probably are like, yeah, that's definitely, I agree, that's a good DLC. So the first perk right here is Dark Arrogance. This allows you to vault at 25%. So when you're going through any of the windows, you could vault that really fast. But if you do get blinded or stunned by the pallet, you get a 25% penalty. It's not really that much of a difference. So I would probably say just run this. It's totally fine if you want to do this with maybe a nice build with Superior Anatomy, Bamboozle. You can get that from Clown and from Wesker. You can do Fire Up from Freddy, and that will allow you to vault these things instantly. It's super cool. You have the Languid Touch. So this is when a survivor is within 36 meters of you and they scare a crow, they become exhausted. This is really cool because you can negate Dead Hard, which is a David perk, where if you try to hit a survivor, then they will be... the survivors will be able to take an extra hit from you. Balanced landing, they can jump off of a high platform and get a speed boost. There's just different perks that they have, so you'll be able to make them exhausted where they cannot use that. It's kind of mid, but if you can make something work with it, you could try it. So we also have the last one, which is the Weave Attunement. So this one is absolutely really cool, and I'm actually going to make a video on this because I just thought about this. It's whenever a survivor depletes their item, they drop it, and then you can see where the item is dropped, and it reveals the aura of the survivors around you. So this is really, or around the map, or around the item, I mean. So this is really cool because if a survivor is using a toolbox on a gen and they're trying to rush that gen, or maybe they use a med kit, it'll drop and then you know exactly where they are. So you can go over there and get some really good oppression, get some good value of, oh, they're over there. Okay, maybe I'll go over there in just a second. Let me kick this gen, so forth and so forth. But the really bread and butter of this is when a survivor picks up the item, they suffer the Oblivious status effect. So this is really cool. If you maybe combine this with Franklin's Demise, this is a Bubba Leatherface perk. So when you smack someone, they drop their item, and so it leaves it there on the ground. And now survivors will have that item on the ground, and it's just really cool. It just allows you to just get a lot of value of that too. So a lot of people will try to, you know, be really tied to their item. Maybe you can get some synergy with that, but it's up to you. Let's go over through the add-ons too as well. Just want to hit these 2 up, and then we'll do some others. But we have the Iridescent Book. So the Iridescent Book, this is his Ebony add-on, where it allows you to block vaults if you use the fly ability, but it allows you to lower the flight of the dam down to the ground. So when survivors try to crouch, you can actually get a guaranteed hit. So this is a really good perk to run with the Ornate Horn, because when you use the book, you go from 5 skeletons down to 3, as you can see right here. It says or by 3, so actually you go down to 2, excuse me. So if you use the horn, now you'll get 3 of your skeletons instead of going down to 2. So I would probably run that if I were you, so you can get it. We have a video that we ran this, and it's absolutely disgusting. It's really cool. The other one too is the Vorpal sword. This one's really cool. It allows you to, when you use the dispel ring, or you're able to make survivors scream, and then they stay broken for 30 seconds. I have a video where you can keep literally the survivors forever bleeding and forever broken, allowing you to just constantly keep them in a state of one shot. And this is an absolutely powerful. This is probably one of my favorite builds that I ran on him. And what it does is you try to make everyone injured, and then you shoot the orb where they're at so they stay broken for 30 seconds. Then you hook someone that you down, go back to them, and you hook them, and you just kind of keep this whole process of repeat. This is really cool because the orb, it takes 38 seconds for them, for your orb to recharge again now with the update. So you can constantly spam this. There's an 8-second window, but that might be enough for you to stop them while they're healing. So that's really awesome. And then the kicker is you're allowed to use your mage hand. Instead of lifting pallets, you just break them too as well. So that's really, really cool. We're going to go over to a couple of other add-ons. So one of the ones I really like is these two. So the Pearl of Power, this reduces the remaining cooldown of your spells by 5 seconds each time you land a basic attack. Run this with Save the Best for Last. That's a really cool Michael Myers perk where you melee people and you get a cooldown on your attack. So you can keep spamming this and just really have a great time lowering the spell power, and then constantly use your spells again. You can do whatever you want. You want to use Fly to the Dam, you want to be an artist for a little bit, shoot those shots, and then you can also tie it with the ring of spell storing, and this one automatically just makes the cooldowns go down by 4 seconds. So instead of 38 seconds, now it's 34 seconds. And then if you just keep spamming this, now you're at 29, 24. You just keep going down. So that's really cool. I also like this one too. Reveals the auras of survivors. If you miss them with the Flight of Dam, a lot of survivors will crouch. Maybe you're shooting it around a corner or something. I would highly recommend shooting it through a wall. Survivors won't see it coming unless they have the magical item, and you can get some really cheeky hits. This one also gives you haste when you're casting your magical hand. You have this one too as well. It automatically makes 2 treasure chests a roll of 1, so they're gonna get nibbled on by mimics, and then once they open it, they become oblivious for 15 seconds. So that's really cool. I like that. There's all sorts of little ones right here that you can use that kind of just buff, you know, the different powers, but those are some of my favorite ones that I enjoyed. There was also one more right here that used to be 1 second, but it just increases your flight speed for a little bit, and then also to the mage hand giving you a little bit of extra buff right there. So all the little add-ons, they really help you out a lot. Let's go over some of the builds that I like too. So another build that I was gonna say is a beginner build. So if you're a beginner in this game, you might not have all the DLCs, but one of the DLCs, practically 2 of them of the DLCs that I would highly recommend is getting the Artist DLC. So that is with Jonah. Artist's 3 perks right here, Pentimento, Grim Embrace, and Scorch Hook Pain Res, are all super really good just add-ons. So we have this one. Whenever you have someone cleanse a totem, go to the broken totem, and now you create a hex totem. All of the survivors will suffer a repair speed of 30%. This is absolutely wild because it takes 90 seconds for a gen to be done. So just imagine adding 30%. That's 27 seconds, I believe, on top of a gen. So that is just bonkers. And that's only lighting 1 up. If you get 2, the healing speed's reduced. If you get 3, recover on the floor. 4, the exit gate, 30%. All this is just wild. Grim Embrace has an excellent slowdown perk. You hook someone, you use fly and fly away, and now you'll be able to block all of the gens for 10 seconds. This all together gives you 70 seconds worth of gen slowdown, and that might just be enough of what you need in order to win your games. We also have Scourge Hook of Pain. You might be on a big map like maybe the Grim Pantry on the swamp, or maybe the Temple of Purgation, and you can't get across the map. What you can do is just find one of those white hooks, and you can snipe a gen taking off 20%, which is about 18 seconds worth of them working on a gen, and that progress really hurts after a while. You also have Hex Plaything. So now we're going to jump into the second DLC that I think you should buy. This is the Cenobite. So the 3 different perks that Cenobite Pinhead has is all slowdown perks too as well. Deadlock. If someone is rushing a gen and they get it done, the next most progressed gen is blocked for 25 seconds. So you essentially can get this for 100 seconds, right? Because you'll be able to get at least 4 gens blocked, and that's a lot of just slowdown. You can run that, like I said, with Grim Embrace, so 100 seconds plus 70 seconds. You have 170 seconds. That's almost 3 minutes of you just being able to buy time in the game so that you can maybe chase that person that is really good at looping, or maybe you're just not really good with the killer and you're still learning. This just buys you extra time so you can get that extra kill in the game. We also have the Scourge Hook Gift of Pain. So this, what it does is it makes people hemorrhage and mangled, and then that slows down the it makes them bleed a lot, and then the healing is if you interrupt them, the healing goes back and it's regress, and it's slowed down too as well with the healing. But then also too, they suffer a penalty of doing the gens by 16%. So imagine if we ran this with Pentimento, the 30%, right? So that is literally around a 46% penalty of them doing the gens. So you can just see, like, if you want to buy Pinhead's DLC, if you want to buy the Artist DLC, if you want to be a killer main or just get into killer, I highly recommend buying those 2 DLCs. And then also too, you have this right here. Remember, it takes 4 seconds off, takes 5 seconds. Oh, well, this one too as well. The other one that I talked about takes 5 seconds off the Pearl. If you want to spam your powers, or if you just want to get more skeletons, I like this too as well. Kind of a beginner build. If you're looking for more of like the best build I feel that Vecna should be running is this one, Scourge. A lot of times you're going to be mailing, Surge, excuse me. A lot of times you're going to be mailing survivors. So if you want to synergize this with the Pearl, get 5 seconds off of your powers, and then also too, you've got Surge will blow up gens. You don't have to kick gens anymore. You can just blow up as many gens are around you. If you're on the Saloon map, you know that a lot of the gens spawn around Saloon and the Gallows, and then outside of Saloon. So you can almost get, I've done this before, get 3 gens regress, which is 8% off, and then those gens regress. So 8 times 3, you can get 24% off, and then whatever else regresses around those gens if no one goes and fixes them. Friends to the End, I love using this because you're able to get aura reading. You can get people to scream, it reveals their location, and if you're able to, you're going to be able to insta down someone. So getting 10 seconds of aura reading is really good, because in certain cases your obsession might be really close to you, and being able to know where they are and cut them off is awesome. And then them being exposed for 20 seconds is really good, because you can use flight to get to wherever you need to go and then get that down. Trust me, I've one of my the best build video that I have, I've literally just nailed 2 survivors like back to back with Friends to the End. I love that insta down potential. Plaything is absolutely great. You get the surprise factor when survivors don't know when you're coming. You can get some easy hits, some insta downs, or even just an early hit for early chase to end right there. And what's really good too as well is this gives survivors a secondary objective. They're not going to be just doing gens. They have to find this totem if you're starting to snowball and get a lot of hooks and they're not getting any gens. Really good perk. And then finally, Grim Embrace, I think it's just awesome because this perk will just activate by you just playing the game. You hook someone, you leave and find someone else. You hook someone, you use Friends to the End, you see their aura across the map, you use Fly, this activates right away, and now the survivors have to wait 10 seconds, maybe even 40 seconds once you get all 4 survivors hooked, and you can just see how this snowballs. The synergy is just really good. So those are my builds. If you guys want to as well, you guys can also just look on my YouTube channel, and I just have tons and tons of videos. I'm going to be adding more because with the new buffs, it's really cool to see just what you can do with Vecna. We also have some Survivor videos too as well. This one's really good if you want to play Survivor and kind of do like a crazy gen rushing build. It's absolutely bonkers. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. If you're interested in any coaching or if you want some one-on-one time with me, I am offering coaching on Medify for $5. It's just a 30-minute session, really good information, help you analyze, get you down. If you don't have that time and you just want to send me a video of your killer match, I'll definitely analyze that for you too and just help you know, like, maybe you can do this to maybe up your gameplay as well. But yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you guys are able to get those 3Ks, those 4Ks, or even just see some progress as you grow in the game. But yeah, stay positive, stay safe, guys. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more future content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.